Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. Before I get into this pillow talk, if you are new to my channel, feel free to definitely hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit the bell so that you get notified of the rest of my videos. I have over 300 videos on this channel dedicated to helping people heal from narcissistic abuse and toxic relationships and begin to do the shadow work of, getting back to that peaceful place in their life, okay? With that being said, I do offer coaching services if you're interested in that, and I do that over the phone. I do it through FaceTime, on WhatsApp, and I do Skype as well, and email coaching. If you're interested in any of that, you can go on LakiaCrawford.com and click the coaching tab, and you'll see the whole roster come up of all the services that I offer. If you are just trying to figure out where you with a narcissist, you're trying to understand your relationship with the narcissist, you're trying to understand your relationship with yourself, you need help with your shadow work, becoming a better person, becoming more in tune with yourself. A lot of times someone looking from the outside who's been there and done that can definitely give you more clarification when you're still not seeing the whole picture, or you don't understand it, or you just need that professional perspective. I can help you with that. All right. With that being said, let's get into the topic of this video, which is in life, being mindful of not blinding yourself. And what is a blind person? That's someone that can't see. So when I say blinding yourself, it means what potentially blinded you, basically, or could blind you or make you susceptible to a relationship with a toxic person, whether they're narcissistic or not. What can blind you? Can flattery blind you? Could the fact that you love someone blind you? Could the fact that you are frightened to be alone blind you? So your neediness. Could needing to be accepted blind you? Can money blind you? Can sex blind you? I mean, we can keep going all day with this because, it could be a variety of things. It could be many things. It could be one thing, a few, But this is really talking about your flesh. At that point, this is your flesh leading you. This is your flesh being louder than your spirit, which would make it do things that could and usually are against the spirit, because the flesh is only concerned with what feels good, what's comfortable to me. That's what the flesh is concerned with. And that may not be what's best for your spirit at the time, but it feels good in the moment, but we pay a price for it later. So what blinded you so that you can begin to be mindful in other relationships that you currently have, because it could be on a smaller scale in those relationships, and then just moving forward with new relationships. Once you identify that and you accept it, you can say, okay, well, I'm going to be mindful of myself moving forward and observe myself, and to see if I begin to fall into the traps again. Because once you're blinded, that is when, a whole lot of damage can be done to you. And I'm sure, all my listeners in this pillow talk can, identify times in their lives where they've been blinded. And once the blinders were opened, basically, or the rosy colored glasses were off your face and you've seen this person, that's just like when you see your ex after the fact, and it's like, what did I ever even see in that person? Like, they don't even look the same as they did when you were under that trance. And the narcissist with the love bomb phase and just mirroring you back to yourself and putting you on cloud nine. And those of you in a romantic relationships where you're creating those soul ties and maybe the sex is great, you feel like, you know, and it starts to blind you. And it starts to blind you. So, you know, obviously we need to be able to see clearly moving forward, because if we don't see exactly what's going on, we can get tricked, we can get fooled, we can get duped again. And that's going to require for you to get control over yourself. As you can see, most of my videos, they're coming back to us because we're not changing that narcissist. We can change their position in our life. We can change how we react and respond to them. We can do those things, but we're not changing them. So it's always better in life to take control of what you can take control of. And some people can't even take control of themselves, let alone trying to change somebody else. Take control of yourself. And that can be a task. Especially if you have some toxic ways in which none of us are perfect, that you need to purge out of yourself so that you can be a better person and, you know, have healthier relationships or a healthy relationship, because, you know, the narcissistic ones, those aren't healthy. They're toxic. But you need some awareness about yourself. And once you have that awareness, you're getting control over your flesh. And once you're getting control over your flesh, you can start to be more emotionally mature. Because that should be the main objective for survivors, to get emotionally mature. Because usually the survivor has to work on that. And they weren't emotionally mature when they got with the narcissist, which made them gullible and susceptible for that abuse. Just as the narcissist is stunted emotionally, so is the survivor typically. Okay? It just plays out and rears its ugly head in a different format, you know. All right. So, you know, just think about that. Everyone's going to have, you know, different things on their list. But I could say, generally speaking, most survivors are looking to be loved, you know, looking for acceptance. That's typically what's going on. And then, you know, that person that's the narcissist will start out giving you this on a massive levels. It's not even crumbs. It ends up becoming crumbs because, you know, as I've pointed out in other videos, it's not something that they want to sustain forever. It's just something to reel you in. So yeah, I'm going to give you a taste of what I could be for you, or I'm going to give you a taste and trick you to make you think this is what I'm going to be, to reel you in. And by the time you figure it out, hopefully you do have those soul ties. Hopefully I do have those strongholds. I've latched on to your strongholds once I figured out what you want, so that I can get to my supply. This is what the narcissist is doing. But if you already know your strongholds, if you already know what tends to blind you with people, is it giving people the benefit of the doubt too much? You know, being naive to the world that we live in. This really, you know, this is your shadow work. This is understanding yourself. This is being able to self-reflect on a high level. Sometimes it's quite obvious, but some people are so detached from themselves, and there's such a loss of identity in self that they can't even tell you what blinds them, because they haven't even taken the time. And then sometimes we're so focused on the narcissist and what they're doing and not doing and what part of it was their fault that we haven't focused on the person. We're still neglecting ourselves, basically. A lot of times, like I said, especially with codependents, they're just forget being last on a list. They're just not even on it. All right. So don't continue that pattern and let it play out in another way, where we become too obsessive over that narcissist. All right, so this isn't going to be a long video, guys. It's not. But, I just don't want you to be blinded by nothing. Are you blinded by beauty? Oh my God, he's so handsome, tall, dark, and oh my gosh, look at her waist. She's perfect. Are you blinded by the physical? Just be aware. Be aware of what blinds you. If you're a guy and a beautiful woman has you wrapped around her finger every single time, you're going to have to be mindful about that when another beautiful woman approaches you. She's physically beautiful, but you don't know if she's internally beautiful. You don't know if she's internally beautiful because she could be the most ugliest person on the inside. And then she will look ugly on the outside to you eventually. Some of my exes, some people would consider to be very physically attractive, but, once I got to know them internally, it really lowered their external looks for me. It really lowered it, guys. And I just, the people who are still just looking at them externally, they couldn't see what I see. Because it really changed the way that person looked to me. But I don't want to digress here so much. But the whole idea is to be able to recognize what blinds you in your relationships so that you can make better decisions moving forward. All right, so if this video resonates with you, you can hit the like button. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. Make sure that you hit the bell so that you can be notified when I upload additional videos. I have over 300 videos available on my channel. Please take what you can from them. I put them into playlists to help you, get into topics a little easier. If you're having a down day, I have a motivational playlist for survivors of narcissistic abuse, and there's over 30 videos on that playlist right now. And other than that, like I said in the beginning of the video, if you're interested in coaching, you can email CoachLakia@gmail.com. And you can go to LakiaCrawford.com and click the coaching tab to see all the services that I provide. I do have a Facebook support group that you're welcome to join. That's Lakia Reflection and Progression Crawford, which is the name of the channel, Reflection and Progression. Do inbox me and let me know that you're a survivor. With that being said, take care, guys. Until next time.